Hi, this is Richard Campbell from .NET Rocks. I'm here at Dev Connections at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and I'm here with Scott Hanselman. Fresh off the stage, great keynote.
Thought it went very well, thank you, sir.
Enjoyed yourself?
It was a little nerve-wracking. A lot of people were involved to make that actually happen.
You've gotten into these big productions, because I've seen you do the little keynotes, which are great, you know? You know how to get a crowd going, but you know, big production keynotes are big productions.
Well, yeah, and getting with props and with the red shirts and the stuff. You know, there were a cast of thousands, not to mention lawyers.
Yes.
No. Those kind of things. Well, because you got to get the lawyers involved when you do crazy stuff like us. You know, open sourcing big chunks of ASP.NET.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
you've been working on that for years and years and years.
Well, I like to say I came here for us to do more open source.
Wow.
Really. And between myself and Phil and Scott Hunter and Scott Gu, I mean, really everyone is pushing to do lots more open source. And I think that it started when Scott Gu moved over into the Azure organization and then brought us with him. And he started this open development process with the Azure SDKs.
Right.
Those showed up on GitHub right away, almost as an experiment to see if that would work, to see how the open development process works for Microsoft. And it worked really well.
Yeah, well, NuGet's been such a success too, right? Just, you know, now a thing that everybody must use.
Exactly. So then the idea is like, well, maybe we can make open development work even more. And while MVC has been open source for years, for 4 years, it was more source opened. Right. In that you could take it and you could build it and you could do things with it, but we were not enabled yet to take backs. Right.
To actually the contribution part of open source, which I think is incredibly important.
Well, I'm hoping that people are going to submit unit tests. And I mean, and small fixes, and I hope that other people will do large features and become like contributors, like full-fledged contributors doing entire features. And the best part is that even if you don't get involved, you can watch our team commit to an open library.
Right, and that's what I always really enjoyed about the NuGet project was watching how you built the software in the first place. You didn't have to be a contributor to really get a sense of what was going on and why it was going the way it was going.
Well, and another neat thing about the open development model is that Phil Hack, who actually left Microsoft and now works at GitHub, he still is the coordinator for NuGet because NuGet's part of the Outer Curve Foundation. So even though he's left Redmond as an employee, he's still deeply involved in the community, and we really appreciate that.
Very, very powerful model. So yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen next. Really, I don't know. You know either.
I don't know, and you know the community will get excited, and I hope that they start reading the code and learning about the code and building on top of it.
So this is not the end of the road for ASP.NET either, right?
It is only the beginning. I think that it's going to be a whole new way of thinking about how we can build community and software.
Interesting stuff. Scott, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Richard.